from New York City. I'm Nadia, Neophytou. This is the Rundown, where I like to interview people I admire on the run. Today I'm going to go meet up with Amy Padnani. She is the New York Times digital obituary editor, and she is responsible for this incredible project that they've been doing called Overlooked, where they do obituaries for women from the past who never got their just dues back in the day. She's also a runner. So let's go. Oh, it's so great to meet you. See you. Are you ready to go for a run?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Over this way.
Up here in the heights.
Yeah, have you been?
Yeah, I love coming up here. It's always Lin-Manuel Miranda territory.
Yes.
I always think of In the Heights and all of the great films that are set up here. West Side Story, all that jazz.
Yeah, that's so true. There's a lot of history up here.
I wanted to meet you because I've been kind of silently a fan, or not really silent, because I think I did tweet about the incredible Overlooked project.
Oh, thank you.
So I've been like, oh my gosh, who's this Amy Padnani? She's amazing. Because it's such an incredible idea, first of all, to give women who didn't have obituaries back in the day their dues.
It's funny, a lot of people tell me, gosh, this idea was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But
it took how many years to, I mean, like 2018 for it to be rectified?
Well, that's also the funny thing, right? So when I started on the obituaries desk, I was thinking a lot about diversity. I had gone to this workshop, it's called the Executive Leadership Program, and they teach you that leadership is a behavior, not a role. So no matter what you're up to, whether you're a manager or the boss, or just an employee, you can make a difference. We also talked a lot about diversity in newsrooms and in our coverage, and it really inspired me to think about what I could do differently. I decided to look into ways that we could change our process going forward. But in my day-to-day research, I came across all these really interesting people in the past, and I would check our archives to see if they had a New York Times obit. A lot of them didn't, so we were really surprised. There was the poet Sylvia Plath. There was
that Sylvia Plath really surprised me that she didn't get the recognition when she died.
Diane Arbus, the brilliant photographer, she didn't have one.
How's the reaction been, and how fulfilling, or has it been for you to see it actually take flight now? It's been a few months, right?
Yeah, it's amazing to me how meaningful it's been for people. I knew it was a powerful project, but when I got into work the next day, I had hundreds of emails from readers saying, thank you for doing this. And even more surprising to me were emails I got from my own colleagues. Some of them were people of color who said, I never thought a woman of color at the New York Times would be allowed to achieve something like this. And one of them said, I cried reading this on the way to work because it felt so good to be seen in that way. It was really heartwarming for me. I knew that people really needed this.
That's what I just love about this idea, the woman Grandma Gatewood who crossed the Appalachian Trail for the first time alone.
She's one of my favorites.
She's one of my favorites too. What runners have not been adequately?
I have one.
Oh, you do?
It's a surprise. They'll probably run around the week of I'll publish it around the week.
Oh, it's coming out?
Of the New York City Marathon.
Yes!
Yeah.
I will be eagerly waiting to see that. I got really extra excited about you when I saw that you were a runner as well. And you're training for New York City.
Yes.
Have you always been a runner?
I always thought running was neat, but it wasn't until like 10 years ago when I ran my first race. I was working at the Staten Island Advance, and was a race called the High Rock Challenge.
Nice.
It's a trail run.
That's in the park there, right?
Yeah.
That beautiful Staten Island park.
It's like 2,400 acres.
Most people don't know about it. Nope. It's like a hidden secret of Staten Island.
Race. So fun. I've done it maybe 6 or 7 times. And there are mystery challenges like every mile or so.
Oh.
So a bunch of my coworkers were doing it. And it was just this fun camaraderie. And since then, yeah, I've been doing it pretty regularly. A few years ago, I convinced my dad to start running.
Yeah!
So in 2016, we ran the marathon together.
Oh.
So we're doing it again next year together.
Amazing.
So
That's so great.
yeah, it's great to be able to share that with him. In a sense, running has taken on a whole new meaning. Wait, the same much.
Oh, snap. Except I forgot to push resume.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. If I had $1 for every mile, I had to
I
do
know,
that.
exactly.
Yeah, this is the New York Times running. I know obviously the New York Times does their great running blog, but there are a lot of friends, colleagues that run as well.
Yeah, I'm actually co-captain of the running club.
Okay.
We have something like 150 members now, which is, I think, bigger than previous years.
But it's one of those things where, you know, especially journalists, like you're always working. So it's almost kind of like your brain never switches off. So it's hard to fit it in, but I guess it's essential, isn't it? I mean, what does running give you?
Yeah, you can't shut off your mind, and even during running, I think about work, but probably less so than I do about other aspects of my life. It's really the perfect time to think. Like, some people get their best ideas in the shower. I probably get my best ideas while I'm running. So. And it just clears your head. It like recirculates everything so that you can think with a fresh, clear head. So for me, it's really needed.
Do you think of obituary ideas as well, maybe? Or does that ever, or is it something that you switch off or try not to think of it and take a break for it?
Yeah, it's probably the one time I don't really think about work. Which is true, I haven't thought of that before, but yeah, it probably is. One time I can think about other problems in life or just, you know, or good things. I actually catch myself laughing a lot when I run.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Just from things that you see, or
from just processing thoughts in my head, and I'll joke around or I'll remember some funny moment.
I love that.
Yeah.
I like dancing while I'm on the run. Like if there's a really good song.
That's a skill I can't. No, I'll fall.
Yeah, I think that's where most of my injuries come from.
I have no rhythm.
How do you push through? How do you get through those moments where it's like, oh, that you can't translate?
I think it's just one step at a time. You hear it a lot. It's kind of cliche, but when I'm going up a hill, I try not to look at the top of the hill. I just focus on like one step at a time, and before I know it, the hill is gone. So
it's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Just focus on it. Your
there
feet.
Are many other ways. I mean, if you want to get past it and keep going, you've got to get over it.
Isn't that life, right?
Exactly. So,
has it helped you get through anything, particularly in life? Like when you look over where you are, where you've come to?
Last year was sort of an awakening for me that women and people of color here in America really do have a lot of challenges. You can choose to accept them or not, to face them or not. And I think for a long time, I just sort of ignored it. I didn't like to believe that we might be regarded differently, or that we may not feel we have as strong a voice, whether it's like a meeting at work or, you know, a bigger societal issue. So for me, it was difficult accepting that there are ways that I need to sort of present myself to get ahead and to help others. So I guess in a sense, running is an outlet for me. I love it because it's an independent sport. It's almost the opposite.
Yeah.
You asked me if running helps me come up with ideas for work, and I said no. It's the opposite. I don't think about work. And I think part of the reason is you're on your own, and it's one time you can just be free yourself
love that answer. It's a great thing. Amy, does this ever tire for you, seeing this George Washington Bridge?
Never. I love how like monstrously huge it is, and it's just a marvel.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for doing this with me.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm looking forward to seeing that obituary you said is going to come out about a runner.
The week of the New York City Marathon. Now you're holding me to it again.
I'm holding you to it.
I'm writing that one, so
so excited.
I have to meet my own deadline.
And good luck to the marathon and your training.
Thank you so much.
Oh, sweaty hugs are the best.
Yay. Freshly squeezed, my friend likes to say.
I love it.